This week's film room feature is on linebacker Joe Andreessen, the hometown product from Lancaster High School via the University of Buffalo. While most season the Bills have these sort of PR stories, Andreessen's play against the Steelers took his story and nearly turned it into a legendary tale. Okay, that was a little strong. But kudos to the undrafted linebacker because an opportunity arose, and damn did he grab it. Andreessen finished with 12 total tackles, most of which we will break down today. He showed off his football IQ, processing, good angles to the ball, and just an overall ability to play fast and physical, which is saying a lot given his 6'1", 240-pound stature. So let's jump into this film room feature on Buffalo Joe. First tackle in the game by Andreessen was on a 2nd and 6 situation. It was only a 1-yard gain by the Steelers, but they were coming right at Andreessen initially. Washington, the tight end, is the offline tight end to the left. They trade him to the right, and what they're trying to do is get the Bills to align in their over front, so the 3 techniques set to the strength of the formation, which is a tight end here, and then they're trading him to the other side. So now they want to attack this bubble right here. So you see Andreessen is the stacked linebacker right here. So they're coming right downhill at him, and he reads it perfectly, and he reads it quickly. Sees the combination block unfolding in front of him, comes down with purpose, and leads to make the tackle with Ed Oliver. Combination block that's occurring right in front of him is right there. Daquan Jones, they're working to Andreessen. The guard does a good job of pulling off, but Andreessen converts that speed downhill into power to destroy that block, disengage, and make the tackle with Ed Oliver. Andreessen's second tackle was a thing of beauty. On this screenplay that the Steelers were trying to set up Wilson to Warren, he's in man-on-man coverage with the running back, who is a very good running back, and he reads it perfectly once again. Now, it appears like the Bills are in man coverage. You see Lewis drop down into the box on the tight end, and as that motion comes across from right to left on the screen, you're seeing Taron Johnson carry that. So this looks like it's man coverage, which means the next player to kind of leak out to this side is generally going to be Andreessen's player and guy that he has to cover. With the flow of the play, the running back going to his side, that immediately becomes his guy. And you see him come downhill, meet the lineman right at the line of scrimmage. And here's Warren trying to slip out here on the right side. And Andreessen does a great job of playing heavy with that inside hand right here on the guard, keeping that outside arm free, and then running his feet laterally down the line of scrimmage to chase down Warren out in the open field, who again is a very good running back and is very difficult to bring down in the open field one-on-one, but Andreessen does it here to hold him short of the sticks. We're near the top of the second quarter. It's the 3rd and 14 situation, and Steelers are trying to push the ball down the field, but they're forced to check it down to the running back, and you see Andreessen get to his landmark. Steelers in a 3-by-1 set. You'll see Andreessen get to his landmark, kind of push out to the number 3, who becomes number 3. You got one going out here, so he kind of pushes out towards the seam here, breaks on the ball, but you can see Wilson is now looking to the bottom of the screen. He's trying to check it down, and Andreessen and his teammates rally to the ball to make the tackle. On this next play, the Steelers get 4 yards on a zone run with a lead back against the Bills, but you see Andreessen work through the traffic in the block to make the tackle once again. It's a good play. You can see initially Dwayne Carter, the tackle, gets reached, and Andreessen has to come downhill to do his 111th. Initially, Solomon is doing a great job of setting that edge and working to that side. But watch how Andreessen leads once again with those hands against the run. And he's going up against right tackle Broderick Jones, 6'5", 311, 34 and 3/4 inch arms. I mean, Andreessen is not even 6'1", and you can see how his technique is so important to his game. Look at the hand placement. Now he's able to get lower than Broderick Jones, drop those hips, and work through that traffic, and then just, again, do whatever it takes to make the tackle in the hole. Yeah, they surrendered 4 yards on this play, but it just shows you some of the technique, some of that heart, that tenacity, and just finding ways to get the job done and being there to make the tackle. At the 7:59 mark of the second quarter, Andreessen makes a great tackle for loss on the wide receiver Patterson, who was lined up in the backfield. Andreessen diagnoses zone runs incredibly quick, and you're going to see that on this play. So I don't know if they heard the check or alert here from Wilson and knew the play that was coming. But you can see Andreessen stacked in that play side A gap, and that makes it very difficult for this combination block, which includes his center, Zach Frazier, who's going to be a star in this league. The block between him and the backside guard to Andreessen is a difficult one because of how close Andreessen is to the line of scrimmage. Typically, they're in that 4 or 5 yard alignment range for a linebacker, and you can see him creeping up quickly, making that block for Frazier that much more difficult for him to come off of to pick Andreessen up. So Andreessen able to shoot the gap. Solomon is holding that edge for the linebacker and the defense, and that allows Andreessen to fire his gun, rip through that block of the center, and go make a tackle on Patterson for a 1 yard loss. Towards the end of the first half, you're going to see Andreessen make an open field tackle, a very difficult open field tackle on the quarterback, Justin Fields, for just a 3 yard gain. And the Bills are just playing cover 3, so on the snap, you're going to see the defense get their 3 defenders deep, safeties here in the post, and then you're going to have, obviously, 4 underneath defenders. Andreessen is one of the hook to curl defenders, and once Fields breaks contain and gets outside the pocket and into the scramble drill, things can get really difficult when you're talking about that type of athlete. And so Andreessen immediately recognizes he has to become contained because the defensive end lost contain there, and then everyone else kind of drops into coverage, including Elam, who does a great job trailing this wide receiver all the way across the field, and really probably the reason why Fields doesn't take a shot down the field right there. But Andreessen understands his assignment. Again, gets to his landmark in cover 3, realizes that the quarterback broke contain, realizes that the quarterback broke contain. He becomes the contain player. Everyone else drops into coverage, and he makes an incredible tackle in the open field on a very good athlete. Let's watch it from the end zone angle. Processes, run the pass, play fakes there, get to your zone, open field. We're now in the scramble drill. Fields is looking down the field to make a pass. Andreessen's under control, doesn't fall for that pump fake, and is there to make the tackle in the open field. If he doesn't make this tackle, there's a good chance that Fields turns this into an explosive run, and at the very least, picks up that first down for the Steelers right before the 2-minute warning. Still in the second quarter, about 43 seconds left in the half, and Andreessen does a great job of keeping his head in the play on this dart run by the running back. Running back tries cutting it back, and Andreessen is there to make the tackle. So on the snap, they're trying to make it look like pass. You're going to see this guy release, and so Andreessen widens just a little bit, looks down into the box, and he can see the offensive lineman and that run blocking kind of unfolding there. So he comes downhill, and as Klein forces a cutback and that running back looks to bounce, Andreessen is there to snatch the legs to bring him down for the tackle. So good job of processing. Again, situationally, there's a two-minute drill. He's dropping to his zone. He's now reading run, coming downhill, and taking good angles to the ball to make the tackle. We're in the second half, third quarter, 10:16 on the clock. Another scrappy play by Andreessen. Another great read and diagnosis on this run play. The Steelers were looking to run the ball, and that's why Andreessen had a great night. On this play, much like the first play we broke down, it's a zone run. There's 2 tight ends here, but the Steelers are running it to the tight end side of the formation instead of the weak side bubble like we had outlined earlier in this breakdown. Zone run, out of pistol. You can see him once again trigger downhill. He sees that gap. It's clear, so he shoots it. Now the running back does a good job of kind of bouncing it out wide. So Andreessen has to change his angle, and he kind of gets picked off right there by one of the Steelers blockers, but he's still able to just get enough of the feet of the running back to trip him up to get the credit for the tackle. So once again, playing to the strengths of Andreessen. Zone run, wide zone run. He triggers, he beats the combination blocks at the point of attack. He's able to trip up the Steeler running back to hold them to a minimal gain on this run play. First and 10 situation, 9:03 on the clock in the third quarter. The Steelers get 5 yards on this run. It's another zone run, but this time the Bills have a blitz called. You're going to see Williamson, number 36, come down into the box here. And so he's part of that run fit on this play. So as the defensive linemen slant inside, you see them spike inside right off the snap. Andreessen can't just shoot the gap like he's been doing on the other zone runs. There are other guys in the run fit, especially at the point of attack on this run blitz. And so what he's doing is trying to play off that safety, because that's going to be the edge setter. And he's playing and doing his 111th by pressing the line of scrimmage, getting to his spot, beating that lineman there, and then using his hands, dropping his hips to defeat that block, to contain the play, to do his 111th, and then make the tackle. So he does a great job of processing what's happening in front of him on this run blitz, and then doing his 111th at getting to the spot, forcing that cutback, hoping that his teammates get there in pursuit, which Deion Jones does, but not just settling for that. He's disengaging, he's beating that block, and he's making the tackle with Deion Jones. So good stuff all around on this play. Kind of shows you his football IQ, his ability to process on the fly, to do his 111th, but not be comfortable with just doing the 111th, but also making a play after doing his job. Fast forward into the third quarter, 1:39 left in the quarter. 4th and 2 situation. The Steelers are driving here, and they're in the low red zone here, just at the 10-yard line or inside the 10-yard line. And Andreessen and the Bills defense come up with a great stop. Very good team defense, but also very good recognition from Andreessen on this play. Steelers come out in a 4-strong formation, so they have 4 eligibles to the left side of the formation or top of the screen, and they run the modern day triple option. So you get a mesh right here, a read, zone read right here with Fields and the running back. The DN for the Bills plays it flat-footed. Right here, in my opinion, this is probably should be a give, but he keeps it. So Fields keeps it, and Andreessen is folding over the top. You see him shoot this gap right here. Now, at this point, Andreessen is coming hot, and you can see the top of the screen. The Steelers have a hat on a hat, and this triple option right here, again, this little screen out here, if Fields doesn't have this ball tucked in his left hand and instead has it in his right and throws this could be a touchdown. But Fields makes bad decision pretty much twice on the same play, and Andreessen and the Bills defense make him pay for it. He should have probably handed it on that zone read, and then at the very least, you got to throw this, and it's likely a touchdown. There's no way that the Bills defender is going to get over the top to defend this. He tucks it, and Andreessen closes, makes it very difficult. You see Ingram do a great job on the perimeter to contain that play, and the Bills bring him down to stop this drive entirely. Here it is from the end zone angle. So there's the zone read. Pretty flat-footed play from the DN there. And you see Fields get outside the pocket. Andreessen exchanges, gets over the top. You see the pursuit. Very good angles. And he always seems under control when he's in that run and chase mode. Does a great job of stringing Fields out wide, relying on Ingram to be that contained player as that force player in the open field. And they're able to bring Fields down for the 7-yard loss. So where does Andreessen go from here? I think he's still a practice squad type player for the Bills, unless injuries continue to work their way through the linebacker room. While his key and diagnose skills are very good against the run, he still could improve recognizing route combinations and pattern matching in the Bills' defense. It's one thing to spot drop in coverage and guard targets entering the zone. It's another to play fast and take away options while squeezing route combinations out in space. While the Bills showed very little fire and tenacity in their first preseason game against the Bears, this game against the Steelers was much different. They were playing fast, physical, and disciplined. They were flying around to the ball, and linebacker Joe Andreessen was the leader of the pack. Thanks for tuning into this Film Room feature on Joe Andreessen. If you like this breakdown, please smash that like button, leave us a comment, and at the very least, subscribe to the Cover One YouTube channel. I am Eric Turner, host of the Film Room, owner of Cover One, and until our next breakdown, go Bills.